Shalawam, Apostle Tahar, coming back at you with this truth, giving all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. And I'm going to entitle this one, Hell is a Condition to, or should I say also. Now if you go to, and I'm going to make this brief, if you go to the Old Testament and you do a word search in the Bible, the scriptures, and you put in the word hell, and you go to the Hebrew, you click on the word for hell in the Hebrew is Sha'al or Sha'awal, which means, there's a handful of definitions, but it actually means the grave. But the word hell is also a condition. Like when we say that we're in hell, we're in a low condition. We're in a cursed condition. When you go to Revelation, the 11th chapter, it speaks about our dead bodies. We're not actually physically dead. We're spiritually dead. You know, we as a people don't know that we're the Israelites. So mentally we're dead, spiritually dead, we're dead. Physically we're alive, but we don't know that we're Israelites. And under this cursed state that we're in. Anyway, I'm going to read a couple of scriptures. I'm going to read Jonah chapter 2, verse 2. And I said, I cried, this is Jonah speaking, by reason of mine affliction unto the Lord, and he, the Lord Yahawah, and he heard me out of the belly of hell, cried I, and thou heardest my voice. So when he said that he cried out of the belly of hell, what did he mean? Well, when you read the story, he was swallowed up by a great fish whom the Lord prepared for Jonah. Because Jonah was set up to prophesy against Nineveh. You know, basically when you read the story, you know, he had an attitude and he didn't want to really do what the Most High, the Supreme, told him to do. So the Most High dealt with him. And when you read the whole story, they cast lots and they basically threw him off the boat, or I believe he said, I'll get off the boat. And a great fish that was prepared by the Most High swallowed him up for a period of 3 days and 3 nights. And even our Lord Yahawashi, whom the world ignorantly calls Christ, made a reference to Jonah being in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. So I, the Lord speaking, I will be in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights, which meant that our Lord Yahawashi did not go into what the Christians call hellfire. He went into the grave, meaning the sepulcher. So now coming back to Jonah 2 verse 2 again, I'll read again. And said, I cried, and said I cried by reason of my affliction unto Yahawah, and he heard me out of the belly of hell, cried I, and thou heardest my voice. So when he was in hell, he was in the belly of the fish, and he was being afflicted. It was dark in there. You know, it obviously didn't smell good in there. And he didn't know whether he was going to actually physically die. He didn't know whether he was going to be digested by that well. And this went on for 3 days and 3 nights. So he didn't think he was ever going to get out of that affliction. Anyway, but eventually he did. The Most High caused the fish to spit him out. Anyway, if you go to the word affliction, the word there is in the Hebrew tazarah, which is H6869. Which means straits or hard time, distress, trouble, vexer. Then it says rival wife. Meaning you got one woman, then you deal with another woman, and that the first woman comes around you, she gonna be a rival to you. She gonna give you hell. It goes on to say Tazarah, tightness. It says feminine. Of H6862, tightness, i.e., figuratively trouble. Affliction, anguish, distress, trouble, tribulation. So now I'm going to go to Jeremiah. And then I'm going to go to Daniel, the 12th chapter. Jeremiah 30 verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. H6869, the same word for affliction or afflicted,